All right, let's talk about Fantasy Fight League, our last topic here. That's why we had Joe on. And you pay a month. Let me explain it first to the people. And Joe, you stop me if I get it wrong. You pay a monthly fee, which is $5 a month.
Yep, $5 a month.
And Joe and the team and the company, they go and they put up these games every week. And the idea is you want to play as many games as possible because that gives you more opportunities to score points, correct?
Yep. So every Monday, generally, we like to post the week's games. The events usually happen on the weekend, so you have all week to make your picks. And if it's like a dual meet, something that we do that I think is kind of unique, you have to pick 5 starters for a dual meet. They get scored basically like team scores. We flipped techs and pins. So techs are worth the most, pins, majors, decisions. You even get points if you lose. You get the fewest if you get teched, and it works on the scale like that. But you'll go through for a duel, and you got to pick 5 starters. Starter 1 is a group of 4 people who are all projected to get bonus points. Starter 2, maybe decisions or majors. Starter 3, you got to pick someone who's in a toss-up. Starter 4, you got to pick someone who's an underdog, and starter 5, you got to pick someone who's a big underdog. So what that does is it eliminates like a traditional pick'em aspect where you could just pick every favorite.
Right.
You kind of have some, have to have some strategy.
Yeah. And there's a guy at the top named Panther. And I can't remember if it was Pelican Head called it out or somebody called it out. And they're essentially like is this an inside job? Because he wins every week, is that right?
Yeah, so he's number 1 on the leaderboard for the month right now. He didn't win last week, but he has been playing. Yeah, so if we pull it up, he's at the top for the month.
Where's Tyler
What
at?
we're going to see and what I hope to see
Right.
is people develop strategy the more they play, right? The people that are at the top have been playing for a long time, and they have a good cadence of when to pick their picks, how to, divvy up who's going to be their favorite, and also playing all the games, right? Coming back to the site, checking, making sure we send emails every time their games are up. It's linear, right? It's not gambling. It's not a spread. There are no odds. You play the games. You have the best team. Most games you play with the best teams wins.
And how has the reaction from the players been?
I think people are enjoying it, and also who's going to be like, oh, this sucks. I don't like it to me, but I think it's fun. So part of an issue that I've tried to address here, FanDuel, DraftKings, when they run their games, how I would, uh, their scores are populated from automated data APIs. So for like not technology people, there's some company that keeps score for all NFL games. DraftKings pays a fee to license that. I'm even getting complicated for myself. And that's how it pipes in. Wrestling in general, there's no one with a central data API. So if we want to see wrestling on DraftKings or FanDuel or any kind of daily fantasy, what they have to do, we see it for the Olympics and NCAAs, because they'll do one-offs and they'll do them manually. We're never going to be able to see all of these duels being done at once because there's no data API. So, as I was kind of creating this, I wanted to find a way to be able to sidestep that. So we have, and this is more for technology people, but we have a good back end system where data entry is pretty simple and we can do it. It's pretty cost effective. So, it's only $5. I wanted to keep it cheap. I experimented with maybe doing it for 99 cents. So we want to, my angle too is I want it to be fun, right? Like I don't want people to lose their rent money or to have a negative experience. I want it to be like you pay $5 and it's fun to play. And if I win one of the prizes, then great, that's a bonus.
Yeah, I think it feels like recently, and I've been talking to you from the beginning pretty much, but I feel like recently, you know, at least in the Twitter sphere, it's been kind of getting more competitive, and people want to crack the top 10, and people are really there's kind of more banter involved. Do you feel that the same?
Yeah, and it's hard to build something from scratch, right? Getting momentum. We don't even have 1,000 followers. I hope we get 1,000 followers on Twitter. Man, it was hard. It was hard to get it moving from nothing, and it's hard to explain, right? There's a level of explain that needs to happen here. This is how you play. This is how the rules work. This is, So I'm trying to take it, long term, big picture, but and more prizes too, right? Like something that I'm excited about is this isn't to make like I'm not making money here at this point. When we get more subscribers and we have more annual revenue, we get cooler prizes.
Yep. I feel like it's getting to that point too where people are, they're talking about it, they're getting excited, and I hope you really keep building it because, like you said, it's super hard in the beginning, and I feel like just getting people familiar with it. Even gambling, a lot of people don't know how odds work. They don't know what plus 150 means. They don't know what minus 350 means. They don't know what over unders means. Like, I see it all the time. People try to talk gambling on Twitter, and I'm like, that's not even what that means. Like, you don't even like, oh, what's the over under on this? I'm like, okay, well, you still don't understand what it means. And so I feel like kind of educating people is going to be a big part of it. Also, have you ever had any sort of athlete be like, yo, I'm not the underdog? Has anybody ever got mad at you at a line that you set? And I don't know if you call these lines or groupings, but has anybody ever got mad at you for not, making them higher up on the totem pole?
Now, I haven't heard that from anyone yet, but the thing is, their points get calculated based off of how they actually do.
So you can't even they can't
So,
even say nothing.
nah, they got if they were like, oh, I didn't. It's like, well, you get. I think it's 23 points for a tech, 20 points for a pin, 18 for a major, right? So the projections, really, what we'll do is we'll pull up rankings, and if it's however far apart it is, we'll figure out how to do projections. Just so, I mean, I want this to be something that if you know close to nothing about wrestling, you can come in and you can make a team, and then you can watch an event and care about it. Because there are plenty of people that could get into wrestling, but the question is, why do I care?
There you go. All right, Joe, where can the people find you in Fantasy Fight League?
Yeah, fantasyfightleague.com. For everyone who's watching this, I set up a coupon code for you guys. You can use stalemate, one word,
Let's
for
go.
your first three.
Let's go. Hammer that.
So,
We'll put that in the description down below. I love that. How many did Ryan Warner kill it?
yeah,
You did that for Ryan, right?
yeah, man, I was knocking your door down because after I did the podcast with Ryan, I was trying to figure out where all the subscribers were coming from.
All right. Well, there you
So
go.
we have
If we do
so we
lose,
have
I'm gonna use the excuse that all of our subscribers already listened to Ryan's podcast and they signed up through him.
yeah, no, shoot, you're gonna get way more. You get a free trial. You get way more.
Let's go.